Hola, buenas a todos y bienvenidos a mi canal. Y estamos aquí en lo que no creo que sea el último episodio porque cortaré para irme a comer y luego proseguiremos. Pero básicamente hoy vamos a terminar haciendo estrategia. Tengo bastantes ganas. La historia está de puta madre. Han habido varios giros de guiones a última hora que me han parecido fascinantes. O sea, está de puta madre. Así que nada, vamos a darle bastante duro y a disfrutar del juego. Así que let's fucking go. Me había quedado justo aquí. Ayer farmé un poquito solo, pero no mucho. Solamente, bueno, iba a decir farmear, pero es que al final ahora iremos al siguiente combate y me dirá que tendré que levear seguramente. Básicamente pues tengo las unidades pues a nivel 26. O sea que tampoco hemos hecho mucho. 26, 26, 26 26, 26, 25 25, 25, 25. Y tú estás a 24, pero porque te has quedado fuera un combate. Pero bueno, enseguida coges el ritmo. En principio vamos a llevar a estos 9 junto a Frederica, porque la verdad es que Milo pues mola bastante. Tiene una movilidad del copón. Creo que es la que más movilidad tiene del juego ahora mismo, con el tema de poder moverse y hacer una acción más. O sea, es increíble. De la hostia esta señora. Así que eso. Los tengo un poco equipados un poquito con cosas que hemos desbloqueado. Tengo 2 ultimates creo que son. Así que nada, toca proseguir. Pero aparte de eso, pues aquí hay un personaje nuevo que bloqueamos ayer. Y allá vamos. Luego me equivoqué, dije que había un personaje que era como otro desbloqueado, pero no, es que me equivoco siempre porque se parecen mucho.
Good grief. Just what do you hope to gain by hassling a little old lady like me?
Your food. Now hand it over, all of it, or we'll split your throat.
You are Roselle, are you not? Like those at the source in Hyzant 30 years ago.
What are you talking about, you old hag?
Your people fled from oppression, yet still you struggle to find peace. Isn't that so?
Shut your mouth, you hag. Just put the food down and be gone.
So I was right. I will say no more, so you had best be on your way now.
We're the ones giving orders here. Besides, we've got no choice.
Pero y estos no sé, hijos de puta, ¿no? A una anciana.
So you are blind to the strength of the opponent that stands before you. That is unfortunate.
Entiendo que son una de estas, los rosé, pero bandidos. Ah, que es una monje o algo así. Tiene pinta, ¿no?
You're no ordinary old lady. Forgive us. We've had nothing to eat for days. We promise we won't do this again. Please, just spare us our lives.
Your eyes do not lie. Very well. Move along.
Thank you.
Good grief. To think that after fleeing Hyzant, some of those poor Roselle had to resort to thievery. This is not the world I wished for, but perhaps there is still something I can do.
Solo los rosé llevan días sin comer. O sea, no sé, es extraño, ¿no?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord. What is it? An elderly woman has come seeking an audience with you. A rare guest. Very well. Show her in. Yes, sir. I would hear your name.
You may call me Groma.
The same name as the legendary Frosty General from the Salt Iron War. You're the one they called Iron Fist, yes?
I have long since abandoned that name. After the war, I wandered the land, hoping to find a new purpose. Yet it would seem that I am destined to be drawn into bloody conflict until the end of my days. But there may still be something this old crone can do.
Why do you come to me?
Why do you ask? Can you not trust a former general of Esfrost?
Perish the thought. My own betrothed hails from your land.
Indeed she does. And of Rosellan birth, no less, if I have heard true.
Only a fool judges a person by their origins. I would know what is in your heart.
Ha! You are just as the rumors say. My heart, indeed. I have seen enough suffering to last lifetimes. All I wish now is to see it end.
Then we share a common goal. Let us fight for it as one.
With pleasure. I think you'll find there's life in these old bones yet.
Y se parte la polla, ¿sabes? Groma se ha unido al grupo. Toda una maestra de las artes marciales, curtido 1000 batallas. Siempre ejecuta contraataques. ¡Ah, es una tanque! O sea, no es una tanque, pero me refiero que realiza contraataques porque tiene una esquiva de la hostia, ¿no? Entiendo. Joder. También te digo, estamos al final del juego. Meter a un personaje nuevo ahora. Va a ser duro. Ahora la historia de nuestra amiga Milo. A ver qué se cuenta.
Oh, just look how you've grown. To think you'd produce such a bounty. And you've flourished as well. I'm so proud of you, my lovelies.
Esta Yana, cuidado.
Quite the passionate one, aren't you?
Don't sneak up behind people like that. Hasn't anyone told you it's rude?
Apologies. I was just curious. What are you doing here?
If you must know, I'm harvesting herbs. I thought I might make them into medicine for the injured.
That would be helpful. Lord Serenoa will be pleased as well.
And I am oh so happy to please. I am quite taken with powerful people. People like Lord Serenoa. You'll tell him I'm doing my best to be useful to him, won't you?
Wait. That plant. It induces paralysis, does it not?
Quite knowledgeable you are. Did you know it can also be used for pain relief?
The same plant can be both a poison and a medicine?
Yes, depending on how it's used. And yet, people still try to force plants into one category or another. Good and therefore valuable, or bad and therefore detested. Foolish, don't you think? These little ones are neither good nor bad. They just are.
You treat them as if they were your children.
Perhaps it seems strange to care for a plant, which is no more than a tool for making medicines or poisons, but...
¿Flashback?
Minister Idor, about that experiment. I think we are on the verge of discovering how to better stabilize the subject.
Wait. We are not alone. Show yourself! Milo, why do you eavesdrop on us?
Don't be upset. As your spy, I thought it behooved me to keep abreast of important information.
Unnecessary. You need only do as I instruct.
But that would make me no better than a tool.
Does that displease you? Worry not. I take good care of my tools, so long as they serve me well. But should they act out of line, they will be disposed of.
Even tools have feelings.
Pero voy a sacarme el caldo.
What was that?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. Anyway, I'm certain my herbs will benefit House Wolford. Please pass on my warmest regards to Lord Serenoa.
Pues aquí yo creo que se despejan mis dudas. Yo ya dije que no creo que se vaya al enemigo. Entonces yo creo que ya... Mira, solo nos queda este. A ver cómo sigue su historia. Este era el que iba en el halconcito.
Thank you for joining me in my training, Sir Flanagan. I've learned much from you.
Voy a poner automático.
In truth, I'm grateful for any training at all. There are few of us Hawk Riders in Glenbrook.
Then let me thank you in turn for a chance to shake the rust from my bones. Seems my mount was keen to face such a worthy opponent as well.
Twould seem they are hawks of a feather. Speaking of which, Sir Flanagan, I understand your regiment of riders was the Duchy's finest. Yet you chose to leave your homeland behind. Why?
I grew to see how powerless I was.
¿De su propia incompetencia?
I once believed the freedom Gustadolf espoused would bring prosperity to Esfrost. So I fought, and fought, and fought for the cause until my shield was stained blood red.
Hence your title, yes. To think how many lives you must have saved.
Do not mock me. I saved no one. Pride swelled my breast with every mention of that cursed title. But in a year's time, what did I return home to find? My poor wife, wasting away in solitude in the throes of an accursed plague.
Your wife? Had word not reached you?
She mentioned in letters that she felt unwell, but never did I expect it to be so grave. In a matter of days, she was gone. Every moment I spent protecting the people, she drew one step closer to death. And I left her to die. Her blood, too, stains my shield.
Sir Flanagan,
Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you with my woes. But you see now, my title is a curse.
It is a tragedy, yes. But I cannot bring myself to believe you cursed. And you mustn't believe so either.
Madre. Vale, pues ya lo único que nos queda es ir para acá. A ver qué coño pasa. Se va a ir se va a convocar a la guerra, ¿no? A ver, Fraguelada viene para acá, o sea que al menos batalla va a haber.
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the sanctions and reopened trade with us.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch, while the Esfrosti were all but crushed. We could not have asked for a more auspicious outcome.
An outcome that would not have been possible without the Elfric we supplied them. Still, Minister Serenoa and House Wolford must be given credit for aiding in our victory.
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
I am only speaking truth. Leaving Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Saintly Seven, he belongs here with us.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord. Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Byzantine rule.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt, which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City. We will so overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddess's grace and wisdom to Glenbrook and even Esfrost, until her divine protection shelters Nozelia in its entirety. That is what the goddess desires, and therefore, what the Hierophant desires as well.
Yo sigo diciendo que yo creo que la eminencia está muerta, que no hay nadie ahí, que no hay nadie, que está muerto o algo, y que realmente el que maneja el cotarro es Igor, pero desde hace tiempo, o sea, quiero decir, es que no, ¿sabes? Ya lo dije yo, no tiene sentido esto. Si lo hubieras escuchado hablar, pero es que no.
Is this all of it?
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
And why is no one telling me what is happening? I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect. We shan't refuse your gracious offer.
Come with me.
Ahora va a echar un vistazo y va a ver lo que hay.
Can all that cargo truly be naught but iron ore? I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
Yo lo que dije, que son las piedras salinas. O sea, es que te lo dejan caer ya hace 50 años. Ahí llegamos nosotros es cuando nos vamos a dar cuenta de lo que es, ¿no? Combate, ¿no? Me imagino esto. Esto va a cambiar la mina, ¿no? Hasta luego. No, combate no, porque no quedan aquí unidades.
Were those the only ones?
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
They've mined more since the last time we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Likely that's the case. But navigating these twisted tunnels ain't gonna be fun.
Indeed. The enemy may be waiting to ambush us around any corner. I advise we familiarize ourselves with the nearby tunnels before we head any deeper into the mine, Lord Serenoa.
Agreed. Let's take care to cover our tracks while we look around.
La volada trabajada estas minas de forma exhaustiva. Ha dispuesto una cantidad notable de vagonetas, incluso incluye con el que con el proseguir una gran cantidad de hierro. Sabemos que investigamos estructuras hasta el último recorrido por el bajo de la guardia de Atlanta y anillos acostados. Y recorrer los túneles mucho más rápido, voy a comprar si funciona. Ah, era don cuidado. Mamadita y esa vagoneta. O sea, esto... Hostia, esto no va a ayudar en el combate. Si la gente no con mucho cuidado, queremos baja innecesaria en esa siguiente vagoneta. Vale, vamos a luchar aquí, obvio. Hostias, esto sí lo explotas, ¿no? Y esto te lleva de un sitio a otro. Madre. Vamos a petar esto en el combate. Las estas, A ver, la caída. A ver qué se dice Ana. Algo que no encaja. Las tropas de están puestas en la entrada tanto para defender las minas como para abandonarlas. ¿Por qué han decidido adentrarse en los túneles? Están desesperados, podemos evitar la batalla con una rendición por su parte, aunque por otra parte son una bestia razonable, lo que les convierte en una toma amenaza. Debemos ir con cuidado. Vale, ya, esto más grande que antes. Hostia, este campo de batalla va a ser la hostia. Claro, la putada va a ser como coño vamos a... Vale, funcionan así. Ante la muerte de dragón, el punto que sí es lo que quería Gustavo desde el principio. Fíjate, este lugar era hace nada un símbolo de paz entre las tres naciones, Esa calma está tan lejana ya que creo que deberíamos hacer con estas minas. Una idea, si compensamos la habilidad con un jornal digno, Claucoburgo podrá recuperarse pronto. No obstante, podemos usar la esfera pulsilla de dragón, el punto es si seamos capaces de excavar estos túneles sin ellas. Vamos a utilizar las bombas si son necesarios en este combate, la verdad. Yo, coño, ¿puedo bajar ahí? ¿Ah? Vibra, tal, no sé qué. Joder. 3500 monedas. Y este combate va a estar raro, O sea, está guapo porque es tan abierto, pero a la vez es un poco... tobillera. A ver. Ah. Esto estaría bien para alguien que no cite PTs. Vale, pues ya está, vamos a empezar el combate. Total, ¿para qué? No hay aquí nadie más con quien hablar. Vale, vamos a seguir. Combate. Hay esferas explosivas por todas partes, son de mala espina. Vamos, que no son para nosotros. O sea, no son para usar a nosotros, son para que nos revienten a nosotros, ¿verdad? Ahora en el combate.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Correcto. Son esferas explosivas. Y esto no van a fallar.
Yes, a means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock. They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Ahora van a llegar los enemigos, ¿verdad? Ah, las ha quitado.
I do not find it strange that there are explosives in a mine, only that they have been left here.
Porque quieren volar el túnel.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Para ocultar lo que hay en su interior.
Get them! The Frosty army!
Claro, quieren ocultar lo que hay en el interior, porque es lo de la sal de los cojones. Batalla. Nivel 26, pero colega. Que soy nivel 25. Por 26, 25. Bueno, va, vamos para allá. Es lo que te dije el otro día, que realmente, por mucho que le ves, aún así, siempre te superan el nivel. No sé si está hecho a posta o es casualidad. No, es casualidad, porque hay veces que sí que estamos con el nivel justo.
The Frosty mean to seal off the mine!
Do not let them through the tunnel. Kill them.
But this is House Wolfort we're up against, Commander.
Think I don't know that? The battle won't be easily won. But if we've the metal to use our explosives, victory may cost us our lives, but we can take those Wolfort curs with us.
Huh?
For Esfrost, for an end to Hysantian tyranny. We must blockade the mines. Soldiers, make ready.
¿Van a hacer kamikazes? ¿Van a hacer kamikazes?
No, they don't mean to. They would blow the tunnel at the cost of their own lives?
O sea, son kamikazes. ¿Qué cojones? Hay que vencerles antes de que explote todo. Lo decía para que se pueda es una esfera explosiva. Joder, colega. Joder, colega. O sea, para poner... Hostias. Detonarán 70 turnos. A tiempo de sobra, colegui. Vale. Pues yo llevaría a un 6, no por ahí atrás, de fiesta. La banda. Y a este también. Lo acompañaré. Y luego vosotros por aquí. Y por aquí. Por acá. Ah, ir así, yo que sé, si es que no hay sitio. Vale, pero son 70 turnos, da tiempo de sobra. Bueno, está curioso esto. Sí, empezar. Estamos con el equipo principal, ¿no?
Comrades, we will seal off the mine.
If it costs us our lives to destroy our enemy, so be it. Detonate the charges and let them run.
We've no hope if they set off the explosives. Do not take this light.
Your orders?
¿Cómo te subes aquí?
Shadows conceal me.
Vale, bueno, se ha ido en sigilo.
Charge.
¿A quién le toca? A Roland.
I will go through if I must.
Now what to do?
Think you can catch me? Light as a butterfly.
Allá encima, ¿sabes? El veneno.
Time to take flight.
A punto desgraciado.
Take aim.
Esto está una bomba.
All right. Damn. We need to hurry.
Pero claro, son 70 turnos.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Yo sí, está a tiempo de sobra. 60 turnos. Y esta, 69. A tiempo.
I shall try my level best.
I've been waiting for this. I'll be your shield.
Let me heal your wounds. Be at ease.
My apologies.
I will end this. Flames, heed my call for a better world.
Now then, to work. I see through you.
Por si acaso. Cómo huye la cerda, ¿eh? Están para atrás los putos.
I won't lose. For the honor of House Wolford.
Aquí me voy con la vagoneta, pero claro.
To lead, I must grow.
I shall try my level best.
Me estoy alejando demasiado.
Here I come. Focus.
Tiene corte giratorio, de verdad, qué puta.
Here goes. Light as a butterfly.
Otra bomba, me cago en Dios.
Shadows conceal me.
I'll take you on!
What have we here?
Shall we begin? Your wounds are...
I'm just getting started.
Allow me.
Pues que no quiero gastar la magia de esta, pero bueno.
With the powers in me.
Now then, to work.
For victory!
You don't stand a chance. Defeat is not an option.
Not an option.
Now I end this.
No! Ah!
I see a path to victory.
Pues el pavo este lo que pasa es que voy a meter esto, que si no...
We must move fast.
No aprendo, ¿eh? Ah, ¿me quiere atropellar? No.
You won't escape. Sound strike. This victory is within reach.
I won't give in.
Take aim.
This battle is won.
No se queda nada, tío. Oh, mira, que se lo carga el pavo.
Choices. Think you can catch me? Light as a butterfly.
Envenenado también.
Good try. Where was I? I see through you.
Ha puesto otra puta bomba.
Let me heal your wounds. This is what I do.
My apologies.
My growth is plain to see.
Come at me! Push on through!
Vamos a ir por aquí, a ver.
I fight for peace.
Ni pis, ni pos, ni pus.
They're going to...
¿Cuándo va a estallar esa? Espérate. ¿Cuánto le queda?
I won't lose.
19 turnos. Ya güey, ¿cómo se cagan? Hostias.
Defeat is not an option. Death from above.
Qué putada la regeneración que tiene el pavo ese, ¿sabes?
Suffer.
They pressed?
Victory is not yet out of reach.
You were overconfident.
Este tiene que llegar hasta aquí. Para el siguiente turno.
No! This isn't good.
¿Cuántos turnos le quedan? 11.
I won't miss. Victory is ours.
Let's play.
Es que ya no sé si llego,
Think you can catch me?
¿Cuánto le falta?
I will end this.
8 turnos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Explota. No me da tiempo a llegar ni a Fly. O sea, no podemos llegar. O sea, la hemos liado. Claro, que somos tantos personajes. Pues la hemos liado, Bueno, da igual. Se intenta. O sea, bueno, se intenta, no llegamos ni a Fly. O sea, la única oportunidad... No hay oportunidad, es que te tiene que tocar este. Bueno, espérate. No hay oportunidad. No, da igual, subimos de nivel. O sea, la hemos liado. Ya está, la hemos liado. O sea, son 70 turnos, pero... Pero es que, claro, somos tantos personajes que 70 turnos es en nada. Buenos días, mostacho, ¿qué tal estás, precioso? Ah, que viene más gente. Va a explotar. O sea, hay que volver a hacer la batalla. La hemos liado. Es que la hemos liado, no llegamos ni de coña, o sea... Es que no llegamos, da igual. No llegamos, explota la bomba. O sea, hay que ir focus a las bombas. No puedes irte de parranda. Que este no llega, o sea, la única que puede llegar a muy malas es esta, pero encima he puesto hielo, o sea... No llegamos, tío, la hemos liado. Que lo único que se me ocurre... Voy a decir, dar alguna cosa, pero es que no no llegamos, tío. O sea, va a explotar la bomba y hay que reintentar esto, tú. Y esa también está casi. O sea, hay que ir a por las bombas. El combate... No llegas por nada, también te digo. No llegas por nada, hija mía. Qué pena, tú. Nos quedamos a nada. Ah, de verdad, Bueno, a ver, el combate es bastante más fácil de lo que pensaba. Yo creo que va a ser más complicado. Lo complicado básicamente es que tienes que estar focuseando las bombas. Pero vamos, que se hace otra vez reintentar. Lo bueno es que los niveles que hemos conseguido los mantenemos. O sea que ha venido bien como un medio farmeo, por así decirlo. De nivel. Pero bien, vamos a ir, que ya alguien vaya por la bomba, focus, y ya está. ¿Vale? O sea, la idea sería coger la carretilla esta cuanto antes para llegar ahí. Y los demás que vayan poco a poco yendo. ¿Vale? Entonces, el encargado debería ser Serinoa. Serinoa tú. La healer que se quede. Serinoa tú. El tanque. Nos quedamos nosotros aquí. Nada, vamos a llevar a la... Ah, no, la rogue que se quede. El tanque, que se venga el tanque. Los demás aquí. Es que va a ser lo mejor. Va a ser lo mejor. A ver, esta tiene bastante movilidad. Pero bueno, esta puede venir un momento y desarmar esa de ahí. Vale, pues batalla va a empezar. Hombre, a Ruby por aquí, ¿qué tal está guapo? Muerta a todos los soldados. Venga, vamos allá. Vale, hay que ir rápidamente por las bombas.
Comrade.
My
Vale.
turn.
Ah, fuck, porque esta está aquí, no puede llegar hasta allá. Cago en la puta. Pues sigilo.
Into the shadows.
Ya que la he puesto donde está la otra. Es que me lo imaginaba ya. El primer turno cuando les toca a cada uno. Te toca a ti, Roland. Pero es que a ti te van a apoyar, ¿no? Es que a ti te van a apoyar, no sé.
Brace yourself! I shirk from no danger.
Let's play.
Sí, a ti, tú estaría bien. Llegas aquí, te pones en la espalda de... Te pones en la espalda de este.
You won't know up from down.
Y le metes así una buena neblina, ¿no?
Like you, poor thing.
O lo que metes, colega, tío.
The hunt is on.
Atrapa sombras.
Try this.
Que se queda ahí. Vale, esto pone la bomba, que la habíamos explotado antes.
From where shall we strike?
Vale, y tú, Serinoa. Ah, fuck. Llaman a la vagoneta.
Let us pry out their
Y
weakness.
tú lo que vas a hacer es darle un otra vez para Serinoa.
We make it up here.
Con esto por lo menos podemos permitirnos que llegue y que pegue. Bueno, que llegue y desarme la arma o la bomba.
I see right
Come
through
at
you.
me!
Vale. Aquí hay 3 enemigos. ¿Puedo tirar al vacío? A ver.
Out of my way.
No.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Tú para acá, para que cures a la gente. Mira, si ese estaba ahí, podíamos haber llevado la camioneta y que matara a otro más.
Allow me.
My apologies.
Antes de comer, bien está. No, son 1:30, yo creo que me he levantado hoy tarde.
I will end this.
Me voy a poner aquí en medio aunque me atropelle. Es que la única... Ah, no llego tampoco. Fuck. No llego. Bueno, le doy con esto.
We can win this.
Now then, to work.
¿Y tú llegas también? Ah, tú no llegas, ni de coña. Bueno, con esto igual sí. Tampoco, joder. Hay que ir para allá, o sea que... La bomba se está petando casi, ¿eh?
I won't lose.
¿Cuántos turnos le quedan? 47. Bueno, esta puede cargársela ahora. Si no, sube aquí, la desarma. Por la espalda me mete
This battle
crítico.
is ours.
Aquí no llega este.
I will fight to my last breath.
Now what to do?
No llegas. O con una neblina te lo cae. Bueno, espera, ni con una neblina. Bueno, sí, mátalo.
Light as a butterfly, ever more lovely.
Va a hacer ataque ese.
For the honor of
Vale,
House
tú te
Wolford.
subes a la vagoneta. Llegas para acá. Final de acción. Y ahora vienes para acá. Desarmar espera. Y te posicionas para que te follen la boca. Porque,
Let
¿no?
us pry out their weakness.
Llama a la vagoneta porque te vas a ir en ayuda de él.
Back at you.
Y ha puesto una puta bomba. Bueno, a menos que
Time to
sea...
work.
Vale, desarmas la bomba. Y te pones en sigilo, ¿no?
You won't catch me.
So, it falls to me.
Y estos, yo qué sé, colega. Es que de aquí a que lleguéis es año nuevo, ¿sabes?
I'll take you on!
Te quedaba nada, tío. Oye, quédate aquí.
I shall do what I can.
Creo que no ponga
I
más
will end
bombas.
this.
De que se carga este a una
Two
puta vez.
axes. We will make our ideals reality.
I won't lose. Brace yourself!
Time to take flight.
No llega, ¿eh?
No! For the honor of House Wolfort.
Por el honor de la casa Wolford. A ver, el otro va a venir aquí y la va a desarmar. Entonces tú deberías aprovechar para matar a alguien. La cosa es aquí, me vas a matar. A este le toca después de Hugh. Ah, pero Hugh se lo carga. Vale, entonces hace esto. Vale, y así te lo cargas luego.
Let us pry out their
Y tú vienes para acá y desarma la bombita.
Shall we dance?
Vale, luego tú. Vienes para acá, salto lunar, aquí y te lo follas. ¡Pum!
Think you can catch me? Take this!
Where was I? A cold wind. You're joking. To further the arcane arts.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Estas que va a tener que curar. No llegas.
I'm behind you. Thank you.
Ah, tiene el anillo revivir. Ah, no, se lo dimos al otro. Se lo dimos a Seinoa. El anillo revivir.
Close, but not quite.
Va a poner bomba este, ¿verdad?
Ha! That tickled.
Este sí que... Tú estás en la mierda, colega.
You're done.
Más gente. Perfecto.
For the duchy! For the love... More of them. Stay on your...
Allow me.
Es que voy a tardar más que llamando al puto vagón de mierda, ¿sabes? Hostia. Bueno, he golpeado a mi aliado, no pasa nada. ¿Este va a poner una bomba? De verdad, Dios, qué pesados tú. ¿La bomba dónde está? Y es que está toda por culo, ¿eh? Se me acaba la invisibilidad.
This battle is ours. Take aim.
Charge.
Estos es que van a tardar 50 siglos en llegar, colega.
From where shall we strike? Death from above.
Tiene que ir para allá, la bomba.
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Para el siguiente turno este desbloquea la bomba.
This
Ponela
will
ahora.
serve well. My knowledge grows deeper.
Now what to do?
No, what to do. regeneración.
Where was I?
Y tú vas chafando huevos, colega. Estáis muy lentos, tío.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Llego para curar a este por poco. Me cago en Jesús.
I'm a fool.
Lo bueno es que contra antes matemos a la gente, menos gente habrá, más turnos tendremos y la bomba va a ser más fácil de lanzarlas. El problema es ese, que hay tanta gente que los turnos pasan
I fight
enseguida.
for peace.
Ha! That tickled! You're done! Look at me learning.
My turn.
You won't escape. This'll hurt.
For victory!
Time to take flight. Take aim.
Carefully.
2, 3, 4 y 5. Y claro, como llego para allá, ¿sabes? Que esto que aguanta 8 turnos, tío. Que aquí hay demasiada gente ya, ¿sabes?
On your... Ha-ha! I'll make that hit the mark.
I shall try my level best.
So, it falls to me.
De aquí a que lleguemos ha hecho Navidad, tío.
Let me heal your wounds. The fight goes
That's the
on.
stuff.
Let's play.
O igual tú puedes llegar.
You won't know up from down.
Al siguiente.
Impossible.
No más que 6. Otra bomba, pero ¿qué es esto? Por favor. Me tenéis hasta la polla, te lo juro, unas putas bombas. No me matéis así, no hay que ser el único que puede llegar a las bombas.
Allow me.
Que estos hasta que lleguen a ya Navidad. Me lo van a matar, inmovilizado. Es que de verdad, tú.
Time to work.
Es que de verdad, colega.
You won't escape.
You've left yourself that hit the mark.
Ah, no queda mucha gente, pero es que te está complicando esto de mala manera, tío.
Come at me.
Te está complicando de mala manera, tío, porque es que no llegamos a las bombas, tío. Necesitas puta movilidad.
This battle is ours.
no se muere, ¿sabes?
Try this.
Bueno, no está mal.
Where was I?
Bueno, puedes desarmar la bomba antes de morir. Y rezar.
Shall we begin?
Let's play. You won't know up from down. Ha! You are so naive.
No. Así no está muerto.
I'll end this.
Ya, colega. Por favor, dime que esto lo puedo hacer. No puedo. Es que son muy lentos, tío. Tienen una movilidad de puta mierda. Para este estilo de combate, que es muy de esperar. Menos mal, vienen a por mí.
My turn.
You won't escape.
Si vienen, los atropello.
I see right through you.
Ella tiene full evasión. O sea, es que me dices que le das y vamos. Este está muerto. Ah, que viene gente. Pues colega, más gente, por favor.
Won't give in.
¿Qué es esto de tanta gente y tanta gente?
This ends now.
Tanta gente.
Where was I?
Let me heal your wounds.
For one and all.
Most appreciated.
Now what to do? Dance, poison.
Al menos este está.
I fight for peace.
Ya te digo que de aquí a que está esto, ya se han muerto todos, pero bueno.
You are so naive.
Otra bomba. Joder, colega, no os cansáis de poner bombas,
A wasted effort.
I won't lose. My lance strikes true.
Now then, to work.
Este está muerto ya.
Free.
Vale, vale.
I won't give in.
Veo la luz. Veo la luz, por fin. Vale. Esta que vaya matando a este poco a poco. Y estos que no pongáis bombas, porque me pego un tiro en la polla. No pongáis bombas, por favor, Dejaos de las putitas bombas, tío.
Come at me.
Let me heal your wounds.
Tú vete cagando hostias que se viene la gresca.
Go swift. Choices, choices.
Este se va a morir solo.
The flames consume you.
¡Al poniente! Y no hay nadie ya. O sí, o había una persona ahí. No me acuerdo. Nah, me han esquivado.
It's over.
Vale, desarmar la bomba.
It's not over yet.
Y esto yo qué sé, tío. Que me cure, ¿no? ¿No pondráis vosotros una bomba también?
It isn't over yet.
Por aquí no llegáis.
So, it falls to me.
No!
¡Ah! ¡Otra bomba!
You won't beat me!
Provocación.
I'll be your shield!
Let me heal your wounds. Your wounds are healed.
Time to work.
For life.
Desarmamos la bomba esa.
Let's play.
Salto lunar a la espalda de este.
Think you can catch me?
Y abanico verdoso de este.
Dance, poison. You're open.
Y este está envenenado y debería morirse en el siguiente turno.
What to do now?
Y este que venga aquí a echar un cable a la viejales.
I will end this.
No está sin nada, o sea que...
Me too!
Ah,
Is in your
yo también, no darme cuenta de este pavo, tío.
Try this.
Está
Let me
inmovilizado.
heal your wounds.
Me por la espalda una hostia y ya está.
Yeah.
Time for some research.
I do not miss.
You won't beat me!
Queda el pavo ese solo, ¿no?
You're in the way!
Vale.
Time to work.
Too easy.
Lanza veneno a este.
You won't escape.
Now what to do?
No llega. Bueno, que se queda aquí en las puertas.
You won't know up from down. the flames consume you.
No tiene que hacer nada de daño porque solo tenía uno de maná, o sea que...
Cool heads shall prevail. You misjudged me! My growth is plain to see.
I won't give in. This battle is won.
Now then, to work.
¿No puedes dar aunque sea una hostia con el libro? Tampoco.
Mother.
Me matan a esta. Ah, increíble. A ver, solo quedan estos dos, ya está.
My turn.
Allow me.
Come at me!
Shall we dance?
A ver. Van a atropellar a esta, pero bueno, me da un poco igual. Salto lunar. A este.
Think you can catch me?
Abanico.
I shall do what I can.
For one and all.
Thank you.
We mustn't let our guard down. Victory is
Have
ours!
another!
Your orders?
Hasta luego, baby. Dios mío.
Have another!
Combate este, colega. Lo de las bombas da mucho por culo. Joder, 1 hora y 20 minutos. O sea, hemos estado 1 hora en este combate, entonces. Ya, puta, colega. Es que cualquier combate, tío, o sea, 20.000 de pasta. Yes. Vamos a notar que estamos al final del juego y te dan dinero para maximizar los personajes, 1 hora de combate. ¿En serio? 1 hora de combate. Hostia puta.
That was close. To think they tried to collapse the tunnel with
Voy a poner el
themselves still
automático, lo
inside.
escucho y voy a aumentar su vídeo.
Why would the Espfrosti blow themselves up to destroy the place they were charged to defend? It makes no strategic sense.
Nothing else Frost does make sense. But if they were this desperate, there must be something in there they do not want us finding. We must see what lies at the end of this tunnel.
Now let us press on.
Oh!
These pink rocks aren't iron.
It's salt. Or rather... salt crystal.
Crystallized salt, untapped beneath the earth. The Rosellan legend my mother recorded is true.
The grand Norzellian mines must have been built upon a vein of crystals. This explains how Espfrost was able to cut ties with Hyzant.
As long as they could excavate their own, they didn't need to rely on the salt from the Holy State. They could fight without it.
How do you think Gustadolf discovered this?
Lord Dragan was in charge of the mines, until he was assassinated in that sudden Espfrosti raid, which Gustadolf used as a pretense to invade Glenbrook, after which he claimed control of the mines.
Eso, lo he escuchado.
That tells me Lord Dragan was likely the first to discover the salt crystals. However, a struggle ensued between him and Gustadolf over their ownership.
So Gustadolf had him killed and ordered the invasion of Glenbrook. In order to seize control of the mines and secure the salt crystals for himself. That scheming bastard!
Looks like we made the right call, taking back the mines. We already took loads of salt crystals to the Duchy, but even that ain't gonna last them forever.
Indeed. If we can hold the mines, Espero will have no choice but to surrender.
And what if they discover another vein of salt crystals elsewhere?
A real possibility, if the Rosellan legend is to be believed. But the Grand Norzellian mines only succeeded because all three powers worked together. If this is the kind of terrain salt crystals are found in, Espero cannot dig a new mine all on their own that easily.
Meaning they are at their most vulnerable now, without a source of salt to call their own.
This does not concern only Espero. The existence of salt crystals will undermine the very foundation upon which Hyzant is built.
If people knew that, then the two pillars of Hyzantian power, the source and the might of their goddess, would crumble.
And it would prove the Rosellan legend is true. If we reveal the truth, they would be forced to free the Rosell they've imprisoned.
We hold the very future of Norzellia in our hands.
Whatever we decide to do, we cannot decide it lightly.
Indeed. For now, let us return to the Crown City. Huet, send word to the capital. I want Kingdom soldiers posted around this entire area. Tell them to allow no one anywhere near the mines.
It shall be done, sire.
Hostia. O sea que... Claro, es que ahora tenemos aquí dos frentes. Si se lo contamos a una álgida... Bueno, espérate, esta, a ver. Yo creo que esta se nos une. Yo creo que no nos va a traicionar. Va a darse cuenta que realmente el Igor es un hijo de puta.
This must be what the old man was hoping to find.
Uy. ¿Milo? No me traiciones, ¿eh? Que te meto una hostia, ¿eh?
So, our army failed to secure the Grand Norzellian mines.
It would seem House Wolfort interfered. Glenbrook forces already surround the area, so retaking the mines is likely out of the question.
They must have discovered the salt crystals. Damn them.
Gather our soldiers, and be quick about it.
Aye, Your Grace.
I see you finally decided to answer my summons, Svarog.
I shan't use laboring in secret to complete the death's knell as an excuse. Punish me as you see fit. If you think you can, that is.
I ought to wipe that impertinent smile off your face.
I saw what they brought in from the Grand Norzellian mines.
Huh. So you know of the salt crystals?
Enough secrets, Gustadolf. Tell me what you are planning.
To use those salt crystals to put the final nail in Hyzant's coffin. To free the people of Norzellia from their tyranny by ending their monopoly over salt.
By which you mean the strong will be free to trample the weak. Is that it?
I will not argue semantics. Though it is at least far more human to struggle for one's own survival, rather than capitulate to the whims of some goddess. People have the right to discover their own strength, and wield it to claim what is rightfully theirs. Just as you are contesting me at this very moment, Uncle.
How long have you known of the salt crystal's existence?
Le va a decir lo de su hijo.
I learned of the possibility long ago, when I read of them in an old text from the archives. Ancient knowledge should never be discarded. As you well know, since you had Dragan study there to perfect his explosives.
You are the one who had him killed.
Spare me your unfounded speculation.
I heard all that happened from the Wolforts. They were there when he drew his last breath. Act the fool, and you shall be revealed as one, Gustadolf. Dragan oversaw the mine. It only stands to reason that he would have discovered the salt crystals first. So you, in your greed, had him killed, so that you might claim his discovery for your own. Not only that, but you used his murder as a pretext to invade Glenbrook. Am I wrong?
Huh. You have an admirable imagination. Admirable, but mistaken. Your son was quite the ambitious man, you know.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean. Indeed, Dragan did discover the salt crystals. Who else do you think told me of their existence? Yet he refused to hand them over unless I made him Prime Minister of Esfrost. And your son's scheming didn't end there. At the same time, he had initiated negotiations with Glenbrook. He offered them salt crystals in exchange for a noble title. He sought to fatherland and foe for all he could get.
Lies! All of it! How dare you dishonor my son's name!
House Wolford fed you a fairy tale, and you gobbled it right up because it aligned with what you wanted to believe. Uncle, now is not the time for family squabbles. Glenbrook now knows of the salt crystals. It is but a matter of time until Hyzant learns of them as well. We must make ready to stand against them.
What would you have me do?
The death knell is taking far too long to build. See that it is finished with haste. Do that, and I will name you my Prime Minister, so you may fulfill your dearly departed son's dream in his stead.
Very well.
There is no time to waste. War will be upon our doorstep before we know it. A war to end all wars. A war whose victor shall rule Norzelia in her glorious entirety.
Yo creo que esto es un lío, ¿eh? O sea, es que no sé. O sea, es una putada, porque claro, si estos montan una pelea interna entre ellos, benefician a Dunárgida, que tiene el ejército más poderoso. Los Wolford estarían jodidos, pero los Wolford, para poder ganar a Dunárgida, necesitan la ayuda de Sparrow. Entonces es como de... Ahora mismo, de los tres bandos, los tres están dependiendo cada uno de varios temas. O sea, es muy difícil que gane uno ahora mismo, aunque uno parezca que tenga todas las de ganar. Porque todo depende de todo. O sea, con que uno la líe, se va a la mierda todo. Entonces, el primero que se vaya afuera ha ganado esto.
Deep in the grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected discovery. Crystals of pure salt. Now in possession of knowledge that could alter the course of history in Norzelia, the members of House Wolford gather at Whiteholm Castle to discuss their next move.
Capítulo 17. ¿Ya? Pues estamos ahí, ¿eh? Ya no nos queda mucho de juego.
Unexpected though it may be, the salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
O sea que
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold them.
Ahí está.
Hyzant will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Esfrost go quietly into the night.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect the salt as ours or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm.
Estamos en la decisión final del juego.
Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia.
Se viene ahora el gran combate después de esto.
I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it
Me han
be
dicho
swift.
que estoy a nada del true ending. A lo mejor,
answer me this.
si no hacemos esto bien, se
Can
nos
I
va la
count on you to
mierda.
walk the path with me, whatever it may be?
Y si lo hacemos bien, vamos al true ending. Que
I
el true
was
ending
named
me han
Lord
dicho
of
que es
House
como varios
Wolfort
capítulos
long
más.
before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolfort and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
Preparativos finales antes de acabar el juego. O sea... Es que estamos tan cerca del true ending que me tocaría mucho la polla perderlo, ¿eh? Vamos a ver esto, ¿no? No me toque... Milo, no me habrás traicionado, ¿no? Que tengo mi equipo. Como me quiten ahora a Milo, me pego un tiro en la polla, ¿eh?
Ah, Milo has sent a dispatch from Glenbrook.
Oh, por favor, no me toque los Milo, de verdad, ¿eh?
Deep within the Grand Rosalian mines lies... It would seem salt crystals were found within.
Impossible!
The discovery of salt outside the source explains Gustadolf's recent provocations.
How can you be so calm? The teachings tell us that salt is a blessing, bestowed only upon the goddess's followers. The discovery of these salt crystals is an existential threat to Hyzant.
Salt crystals are salt too. We need only keep word of this discovery from spreading.
Of course. But how?
The Hierophant has spoken. Minister Exham, you shall raise an army and seize the Grand
Pero como si
Rosalian
se puede
mines
ser tan
in
rata.
Hyzant's
De verdad, tengo
name.
una ganas de que muera este.
The Hierophant asks us to invade Glenbrook?
Do you have another way to silence King Roland and his royal hounds in House Wolfort?
Minister Serenoa is one of us, and thus is honor-bound to heed the Hierophant's word. But we know not if he will do so, or if he will cast his lot with his precious king. You shall ask him yourself when you surround Castle Wolfort en route to the mine.
And if he resists?
You are free to deal with him, as we do with all who forsake the
De
goddess.
verdad, qué puta rata, tío. Es que me cago en sus muertos, tío. Tengo una gana de que muera el pavo este, si es que muere. Es que no tiene que haber nadie ahí. No tiene que haber nadie. Él es el que maneja el cotarro. O sea, tanto de que solo puede hablar con la eminencia. La eminencia es un puto peluche. A ver qué hace el barro.
I am gladdened to see each and every one of you, my ironclad brothers in arms, here at Twins Gate. I have asked you here to tell you of a most fortuitous discovery. We have found crystals of salt deep in the Grand Orzelian mines. Alas, Glenbrook has taken those very mines from us. What's worse, Glenbrook's esteemed House Wolfort is led by one of the Saintly Seven of Hyzant. They will no doubt be informed of the salt crystals, and their precious religion will be shaken to its core. I trust you can all imagine how Hyzant will respond to such an affront. They will not go quietly, but will instead seek the crystals for themselves, that their reign of terror may continue unimpeded. Therefore, we must subdue Glenbrook and seize the mines for Esfrost if we are to counter this grave threat. But we cannot stop there, for that will only draw Hyzant to our gates. They will stop at nothing to conquer all of Norzelia in their name. The duchy has never been in a more precarious position. But we will not yield. We subscribe to no faith, and we bend the knee for no king. We shall greet our enemies at Twinsgate with cold, hard steel. Our newest weapon, the Death's Knell, is nearly complete. With it, we shall strike back at Hyzant. The false goddess shall crumble beneath the sheer force of our iron will, and Hyzant reduced to rubble along with her. Raise your swords, my black iron heroes. Your names shall be cast in iron when the histories of this day are written. You shall be known as the defenders of Esfrost!
For Esfrost!
Oh yes. The Death's Knell will reduce many a falsehood to rubble, dear Gustadolf.
Yo creo que este va a querer vengarse, ¿eh? O sea, no creo que se haya unido del todo a Gustado. O sea, quiero decir, ha luchado toda su puta vida por intentar reventar a ese cabrón. O sea que... Vamos a ver la esta. ¿La Titánide o qué? ¿Y este?
Have you heard the popular rumor, Lord Claris?
That Hyzant intends to raise an army against Glenbrook? Yes, I am familiar.
So it's reached the consortium then. Is it true?
King Roland has only just reclaimed the Crown City with Hyzant's help, not to mention restored relations with them. Ordinarily, such a thing would be unthinkable, but the rumors are so persistent that I think something may be afoot.
For example?
I wouldn't be so restless if I had an example to give.
Esfrost gathers its troops at Twinsgate. Might they have heard the rumors as well?
Perhaps. A battle for the very soul of Norzelia may loom on the horizon. But therein lies the opportunity for merchants like us. You can't wage war without a surfeit of supplies.
You're quite right about that.
And each shift in Norzelia's power balance opens new business opportunities.
Will the consortium continue trading with Hyzant?
'Tis difficult to say. I believe House Wolfort's actions from here on will be key to the consortium's decision.
House Wolfort, you say?
Indeed. They've been involved in most every conflict between the three nations on this continent. Why stop now? I shall wait and see how Lord Serenoa responds first, lest I make any hasty decisions.
¿Se viene? ¿Decisión tocha? Sí.
Hyzant has learned of the salt crystals. Minister Exham of the Saintly Seven wastes no time in mustering his army, which now marches on the Grand Norzelian mines. Elsewhere, Gustadolf amasses his own forces at Twinsgate in anticipation of the war to come. All eyes are on Glenbrook.
Ya se va a venir una guerra de la hostia.
Pronouncement could touch off a battle for the soul of Norzelia. After much deliberation, Roland makes his way to Castle Wolffort to inform Serenoa of the decision that now weighs heavy on his heart.
Se viene, ¿no? Date gatito, que no puedo manejar el mando sin ti. Que no. Dale gatito. Cable no se juega, coñito. Cable no se juega. A mimir.
I appreciate you coming all this way, Roland.
Uy, no he puesto el automático. Coño. Ahora.
I was the one who asked for your time, so it is only natural I make the journey. I wish to tell you that I finally made up my
¿Qué quiere
mind.
hacer este? ¿Guerra?
And I would hear your
Si no
decision
puede, no
if
tiene
you're willing to
unidades
share
ni
it
nada.
with me.
I've long pondered over the one thing that Norzelia needs most.
No jodas. ¿Va a decir que sea el
I
rey?
thought back on the Salt Iron War. 30 years have passed, yet the root of our conflict remains the same. Each nation still thinks only of itself, wishing to fill its coffers even at the expense of others. But who bears the brunt of such a war?
The people.
Exactly so. The avarice of the ruler is an existential threat to their loyal subjects.
And yet without that wealth, the people suffer just as much. They languish in poverty.
This much is obvious. But there can be no winner without a loser. Remove one, and you necessarily remove the other. If we achieve equality, we achieve peace.
And how do you propose we achieve? No.
Yo no sé de qué está hablando.
No, surely you don't mean.
¿Qué quiere hacer?
Yes. The goddess's teachings.
¿Se quiere unir?
All can live as equals under the goddess. An authority greater than any king. The model nation was in front of us all along, Serenoa.
A ver.
The holy state of Hyzant.
Dentro de lo que cabe, sí que
I
tiene
have decided
razón.
that we must give the salt crystals in the Grand Norzelian mines to Hyzant.
And in so doing, you'll give them control of all Norzelia.
Exactly. There will be no more squabbling over salt. Norzelia will know eternal peace at last.
Unequal peace, surely. One built on the backs of a people like the Roselle, if not the Roselle themselves.
I am not blind to that fact. But so few will suffer for the good of so many. Nothing in this world is perfect, Serenoa. The sacrifice of the few for the good of the many. It's the only clear answer, and one I would give every time I were asked.
Submitting to the goddess will rob you of your kingship.
So be it. My crown, my pride. They're but small prices to pay for peace.
You are truly prepared to throw it all away.
Van a haber tres
Join
opciones
me,
seguramente.
Serenoa.
Creo.
Let us
Unirnos
unite
a una
Norzelia
Arquida,
under the holy state.
ir a la guerra,
Roland, this is quite sudden.
o no sé.
I understand. Pray, take all the time you need.
Vale, este quiere que nos unamos a Dunálgida.
I expect Frederica will want nothing to do with this plan, seeing as it forsakes her people.
Ya, claro, y los rosé.
I am already mourning the rift this may cause between you. But I shall not be swayed.
¿Y si les engañamos?
This will be my final act as Glenbrook's king.
¿Y si hacemos que se pelee? ¿Y si hacemos que se pelee Dunálgida con Fraguelada? Nos vamos para Dunálgida y luchamos contra estos y liberamos a los rosé y que luchen a otro lado.
It pains me to see him so tortured.
I'm not surprised.
Esta me va a proponer otra
The
cosa,
future of
¿verdad?
our
Me ha
kingdom,
propuesto
to
él
say
una cosa,
nothing
esta me va a
of the
proponer
entire
otro plan.
continent, rests upon his
Tenemos que elegir
shoulders.
entonces, ¿no? Entre estos dos,
Pray
¿puede ser?
tell, what do you intend to do about the salt crystals?
In truth, I cannot decide. Salt is too precious to be hoarded. We've a duty to share it with the people, which is...
Where the difficulty lies, yes. The source makes that all too clear. Salt lies at the heart of every war in Norzelia.
Would that the boundless salted sea of Rosellan legend still existed. We'd have no need of conflict if there were a source of salt for all.
My love, if I may, the discovery of the salt crystals has made two things plain to me. The first is that my mother spoke true in the legend she passed on to me.
And the other is that the goddess's teachings are nothing more than a lie built to constrain your people.
Just so. We are guilty of nothing. Yet the Roselle languish in the source, where they are looked down upon and forced to work until they die. Entire generations lost, countless lives given to Hyzant's cruelty. Cruelty created to justify Hyzant's own avarice and lust for power.
Such is the ugly lie at the heart of their teachings.
One revealed by a crystal of the mineral they hold so dear. The time has come, Serenoa. The Roselle must be freed. The salt crystals have brought us to the brink of war. We can harness this unrest, incite the Roselle to rise up and rebel against their captors.
I am with you. Believe me, I am. But you make it sound so...
Simple. Yes, I know. But the suffering of my people is so distant for everyone else. We can no longer wait for someone to do the right thing. Help isn't coming. Why else would my own mother incite rebellion? We are alone.
I swear to you, none of this feels distant to me. The Roselle live in my domain. I am betrothed to you, my dear. It couldn't feel any closer.
And I thank the stars that I have you by my side. I do. In truth, that's why I think this time will be different. Why I'll be able to accomplish what my mother could not.
I agree. But the risk is immense.
Yo liberaría a los Rosé. Es nuestra única
Suppose we
salvación.
succeed, what then? Hyzant will not let us go quietly.
Of course not.
And when that time comes, you can lead the Roselle to Centralia. Just as your mother wrote about in the book she left behind.
Cierto, ¿no?
Beyond the Great Falls in the Folk's domain at the end of the Norzelia River.
No.
The ancestral
Nos
home
piramos
of the
de esta
Roselle.
tierra y que le den por culo a estos que se peleen entre ellos, ¿no?
But that's just a legend.
We've already found one legend to be rooted in truth. Perhaps this one is as well.
A mí me parece buena idea, no
And
sé.
if not, at least you'll be safe from harm.
A mí me parece buena idea hacer eso.
I doubt Benedict will share our feelings, though.
Niño,
Abandoning
niño.
all we've built to embark on a journey fraught with danger in search of a legend. Yet no matter how perilous the path ahead, I would happily walk it at your side.
A mí me parece buena idea, no sé. Yo voto a favor de estos.
I trust you understand what a monumental effect the discovery of these salt crystals will have on Norzelia's history.
¿A proponer esto otra cosa?
Whatever course of action we choose will determine whether House Wolfort leaves a legacy in that history, or is expunged from it.
How would you proceed, Benedict?
I would do all I could to keep it from falling into Hyzant's hands. They already control the source. With the crystals in hand, they will solidify their grip on the realm and in time dominate it. The siren song of a false equality under their goddess shall blanket the land, claiming every domain and its people.
Even though they count me among the Saintly Seven.
Even then, for that matters little when the equality they espouse is dictated by the goddess, or should I say, the Hierophant. In the end, they will have the same life and death control over all Norzelia that they now hold over the Roselle.
And our wounds from the battle with Esfrost have only begun to heal. Hyzant will destroy us if we wage war against them in our current state.
But they stand little chance against us if we ally with Esfrost.
Quiere que nos unamos a Fraguelada.
Ally with Esfrost.
Tres decisiones, ¿eh?
Are you of sound mind,
Unirnos a una
Benedict?
Álgida,
Quite.
luchar con los
Think
Rosé y
about it for a
jugarnos.
moment. Esfrost wants nothing more
unirnos a
than to
Fraguelada.
loosen Hyzant's
Madre
grip.
Jesús bendito.
They will go to war if it means control of the salt crystals.
Our interests are broadly aligned, yes, but
Esfrost has been building toward precisely that purpose for some time now.
You speak of the Death Knell, the weapon that Cordelia mentioned.
Precisely. A weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield to rubble, leaving Hyzant's capital ripe for the taking. Without that weapon, we cannot win. You need only say the word, and I shall convince Esfrost to join our side.
I appreciate your candor, Benedict, and I do not doubt you could secure Esfrost's cooperation. But I fear the harder fight is within our own domain. King Roland's heart will not be easily won.
I bid you listen closely and calmly to what I'm about to ask.
Es decir, tú eres el rey realmente, o sea.
From whence this somber tone?
Do you believe King Roland is fit to rule?
What are you implying?
Decorum is of little use when the fate of our realm is at stake, Lord Serenoa. Are you content to spend the rest of your life in servitude to another?
Not another word, Benedict. Roland is more than my king. He is my friend.
And you are Lord of House Wolfort, whose military prowess is known to all Norzelia. Not the guard dog of Glenbrook and Hyzant. What else are you here to do, if not to protect your house and keep its banner aloft? But you have the potential for so much more. All Norzelia could be yours if you but desired it.
Treason, if not outright regicide. These are your suggestions.
Of course not. The blood in your veins and the royal family's ring are claim enough to the throne. There is no need for violence.
I told you not to speak of that again.
But you did not tell me to forget. The time to reckon with your lineage draws near. You must make a...
I've heard enough. Leave me.
Just know that I will do anything you ask of me, Lord Serenoa. I pray that you make the right choice. Not only for House Wolfort, but for yourself.
Joder, se viene tocho esto, ¿eh? ¿Lo estáis lamiendo? ¿Estáis pegando la ducha matutina? ¿Verdad que sois hermanitos, eh? Hay que tomar una decisión, gente. Hay que tomar una decisión. Vamos a tomar la decisión y nos vamos a comer. A partir de este punto la historia tendrá cambios significativos, así que te recomendamos que guardes tu personaje actual. ¿Quieres ir a pantalla de guardado? Ya hemos ido. Pues acabo de guardar. Se viene, gente. La decisión es la decisión final del juego.
You are certain Hyzant's army marches for the Grand Norzelian Mines?
Me dijeron que si he tomado las decisiones correctas, aquí en vez de 3 opciones, como que nos darían una más o algo así, de camino hacia el true ending. O sea, que realmente hay 4 opciones.
There is no doubt.
I've heard word of the crystals.
It was only a matter of time. We knew this.
Esfrost's army gathers at Twinsgate as well.
War's breaking out over this thing, and we've got to be ready.
How will Glenbrook respond, King Roland?
There's no need to prepare for war. I have decided that we will surrender the salt crystals to the holy state of Hyzant.
What?
Furthermore, I hereby declare that the kingdom of Glenbrook and its people shall submit to the goddess and her teachings. There is no way to bring happiness to all Norzelia with the salt crystals. Which is why I have chosen a path that will allow the greatest number of people to live in equality and harmony.
How could you? Do you not see that Hyzant's dominion over Norzelia's salt is why we are in conflict already? Is the suffering of the Roselle not proof enough that the goddess's vaunted equality is a lie?
She speaks the truth, my king. Handing over the salt crystals is tantamount to giving Hyzant's goddess free reign of Norzelia. Will you so readily surrender the realm to the Hierophant?
I acknowledge the abdication of my kingdom and kingship alike. A small price to pay in my eyes, in exchange for the security and prosperity of the many.
And the sacrifice of the Roselle, is that a small price to you?
It is.
¿Qué hijo de puta?
How could you say such a thing to my face?
I, for one, oppose. I would prefer to ally with Esfrost and strike back at Hyzant. The salt deposits within the mines give us the leverage we need to convince Gustadolf to join us.
Ally with Esfrost? You dare suggest we ally with the man who murdered my father?
I see no reason why we should not. You proposed abdicating the throne for the sake of the kingdom and its people. So you should have no trouble putting aside your own feelings and judging this matter dispassionately.
I cannot believe my own ears.
A ver, tiene razón, o sea.
I will not have you lecture me on feelings when it is not your father he murdered.
None of you can see beyond your own grievances. It's no wonder my people have suffered for generations. We're told to believe in the goddess, while our own lives are thrown away to make a few more grains of your precious salt. And now, even with proof that the goddess is a lie, you would watch us dig our own graves for your comfort.
Lady Frederica, please. We shall speak of the Roselle in due time.
No, I've heard that before. Your due time is never, and I will not have you cast us aside for another 3 decades or more. All else is in disarray. If Hyzant seizes the salt crystals, we forfeit the best opportunity in decades to free my people. We know the truth. We must act upon it. We must be a light in the darkness.
We cannot afford to dilute our forces when the enemy marches on us as we speak.
So we are a distraction to you?
I am merely being rational. Liberating the Roselle would be extremely dangerous. We cannot take such a risk. Suppose we succeed. How do you propose we fend off the fury Hyzant will rain down upon us?
Esfrost would pounce on us, sensing weakness at the undue burden we've taken upon ourselves.
Precisely. We would be without allies and ripe for the taking.
There is another way.
And what, pray tell, would that be?
We set out alongside the Roselle in search of Centralia.
Centralia is a myth.
The legends of my people are true.
I care not one whit if they are. I will hear no talk of forsaking the Wolfort domain.
Silence!
Es que es tocho esto, o sea.
I have heard enough to know where each of you stand.
O sea, si no estuviéramos ahora a punto de sacar el true ending, tienes que tomar una de estas 3 decisiones que es asquerosa. O sea, es muy dura.
Nothing I've heard here has swayed me.
I feel the same.
Very well. I would ask for some time to think on the matter.
Joder, colega.
I understand each of you keenly, my friends. You have not arrived at these decisions lightly, and I do not doubt your convictions. Yet choosing any of the options before me risks creating a schism among the others. I cannot afford to lose any of you, not after how far we've come. Which leaves me only one option.
Vale, entiendo que si no hemos hecho true ending, deberíamos de hacer esto de aquí. Pero como hemos hecho por ahora las decisiones parecen buenas en el juego, se nos ha abierto este camino nuevo, entiendo. O sea, hay que hacer esto. No tengo ni puta idea. O sea, si decimos que no vamos a hacer la comisión, vamos a tener que elegir entre esas 3 elecciones. Pero seguro que hay otro camino, es un cuarto, que nos beneficia a todos o algo, es que no sé. Lo que no sé es qué nos puede beneficiar. Yo no veo más camino.
There must be another way. One that will bind us together, not tear us asunder.
Vale, eso es la esperanza, colega. Te has fodado dos porrazos bien fuerte.
To find it. Certainties first. We cannot afford to relinquish control of the salt crystals to any one nation.
Vale.
Salt necessarily belongs to the people, and on that point I shall not waver. There must be a way to bring about the lasting peace Roland desires without the need for Hyzant's warped teachings.
Vale, ¿y cómo vas a hacer eso?
Hyzant moves to take the Grand Norzelian mines as I contemplate this. It must be stopped. They will no doubt make an ostentatious show of power in an attempt to intimidate us. What's worse, they'll soon be at our door, and we'll not defeat them with our army alone. Surely there's a way we can hold them off.
Lucharemos con ellos hasta agotar sus provisiones. Activaremos el mecanismo incendiario de Wolford. O sea, esto es al no haber activado por primera vez esto en la otra lección que hicimos de no quemar el pueblo. Esto parece que es al no haber hecho lo del río, ¿no? Lo de romper la presa, que se nos activa esto. Y esto es como la opción A. No sé. Entiendo que esta. Pero claro, ¿y qué haces con las familias? Entiendo que esta, ¿no? Es que no sé. No lo sé. No sé.
The wildfire, of course. We'll draw them into the village and set the vast majority of their forces alight. The Hierophant will never relent, however. Hyzant will bear down on us with the full force of their army. We've no chance of winning a protracted war. Hyzant must fall, and quickly.
¿Y cómo vamos a hacer eso?
We need Esfrost. We need the Death Knell. 'Tis the only way we'll pierce the goddess's shield.
Vamos a poder convencer a
I
Espero.
hardly relish the thought of asking Gustadolf to come to our aid. He'll no doubt demand the salt crystals in return. Who might help us get our hands on that weapon?
Con el barro, ¿no? A Laila. Ah, Laila por las bombas, pero Laila está con Dunálgida. No. Yo creo que esto, Svarog nos puede ayudar.
Lord Svarog, yes. He swore to fight alongside us. It's time he made good on his word. We share a common enemy in Gustadolf. He'll be a boon. There is still the matter of how we invade Hyzant and incite the Roselle to rebel.
A esto no lo vas a convencer porque son felices. Esto lo único que hace es conseguir esta. Yo entiendo que esto, para que vean que dentro de la diosa hay las piedras esas, ¿no?
Yes. We'll blast away the statue and reveal Hyzant's lies for all to see. If the Rosellan legends are true, an enormous pillar of salt rests within the goddess's statue. Revealing that will prove that the Roselle spoke truth all these years. goddess and Hierophant alike will lose all claim to authority, leaving them open to a revolt from a united Roselle. And now we have the means to make the explosives that will bring Hyzant to its knees. Just one problem remains. How will we manage to pass through the goddess's shield? No banner could pass into Hyzant without arousing suspicion. Unless...
El tío que la acompaña no Celia, ¿no? Porque la banda de Travis arman escándalo. El pueblo no sé, no tiene sentido.
Unless they've no banner at all. The consortium, of course. One glimpse of the salt crystals ought to bring Claris to the table. So long as I play to his self-interest, the rest will follow. I have it. I've found a way to give everyone what they want most in one fell swoop. The salt crystals will belong to all, and not just a privileged few. The people of Norzelia will finally be lords and ladies of their own making, masters of their own destinies. Benedict's fervent desire to protect the domain's integrity, Roland's yearning for equity, Frederica's resolve to free her people.
Yo entiendo que es esto.
I hear you all, my friends. You're not alone. Nor are the countless others who look to me at this late hour. If ever there were a time to heed my father's last words, it is now. I must forge my own path and lead my people.
Claro, no dijo que fuera el rey, sino que se
The
pusiera a
scales
cabeza
cannot
las
save us
decisiones.
this time.
Claro.
The words of my closest
Buen esto,
confidants have revealed a way forward that the scales never could. All that remains is to convince them to follow me down the path I have made. As Lord of House Wolford, I solemnly swear an oath by which all future lords shall be bound. I will never turn my back on the promise of a better world.
Pues allá vamos, ¿no? Ay. Guardar partida. Pues yo creo que con esto nos vamos a comer. Y así dejamos el final del juego para luego, porque no debe quedar mucho ya. A que les cuenten todo.
Thus did Serenoa ascertain the Scale's true purpose. Taking up the mantle of his late father, Lord Simone, and the ill-fated Dragan, Serenoa returns to present his allies with a bold new vision for Norzelia's future.
Solo un corazón solitario.
I have made up my mind. We
Ahora va a
turn the
contar todo,
salt
¿verdad?
crystals over to no one, but we do not keep them for ourselves. Instead, we distribute them equally to every person across Norzelia and change the face of the continent.
Do you hear yourself?
Do you mean this sincerely, Serenoa?
What of the Roselle?
I speak my conscience, and I promise I have not forgotten the Roselle. Pray, grant me the time to explain my strategy. We must put an end to the teachings if we are to release the salt to all Norzelians. Which is to say, the holy state of Hyzant must fall.
So we are to take up Benedict's proposal?
No. I propose we attack on 3 separate fronts.
Tres operaciones en paralelo.
At the same time?
We will use our domain's wildfire to prevent Hyzant from capturing the mines. Meanwhile, I wish to negotiate an accord with Esfrost that affords us use of the Death Snell. I know full well the risks involved. However, I believe we can convince Svarog, who opposes the Archduke, that an alliance is worthwhile. Finally, we expose the falsehoods that prop up Hyzant's precious teachings and incite another Rosellan uprising. In one fell swoop, we can abase the Hierophant and throw the capital into chaos. That accomplished, we shall sack the Holy State with Esfros at our side. With both the source and the crystals in our possession, no one in Norzelia will ever want for salt. We can bring peace, equity, and stability to all Norzelia, just as Roland envisioned. We can restore the Wolfort name to its former glory and usher it into a new era, as Benedict desires. An era, my dear Frederica, in which the Roselle shall be free once and for all. What I ask may sound impossible, but we have survived long odds before. Let us cling together and do so once again. Do any present have objections to the path I have set before us?
None for me, lad. You've quickened the very blood in my veins.
Permit me to speak plainly, Your Majesty. I am in agreement with Lord Serenoa.
We cannot dream our desires into reality. Some things must be fought for and won.
We've tried your way, Benedict. It's time we tried something new.
What say you three?
I am ashamed to admit that my obsession with the domain's safety may have blinded me to more aggressive solutions. Your plan is audacious, perhaps even reckless, but it is not impossible, and may well be worth the risk. House Wolfort is better for having you at its helm, Lord Serenoa.
The fate of my people always felt so small compared to the war raging around us. Yet you would still choose to walk a dangerous path, rather than cast the Roselle aside. It would be my honor to fight alongside you, and see this through.
I honestly thought Hyzant would rule better than I could. That they would bring prosperity to Norzelia. I shrank from my duties and lost myself to the idea of revenge upon Gustado. I may well have betrayed my own kingdom. But you, Serenoa, opened my eyes to the truth. And for you, my friend, as King of Glenbrook, I shall face any enemy and lead our people to glory.
Then we've no need of the scales. Our path is decided. From here on out, we shall split into 3 regiments.
¿En 3
Allow me to
grupos?
explain the role
Hostia.
each has to play.
Vamos a tener gente de mierda en el combate, porque claro, si se va a dividir esto en 3 grupos, van a necesitar gente para
I pray
levear.
that clarifies what each regiment needs to do. Prolonging the war risks slowly driving the 3 kingdoms to ruin and starving their people in the process.
Vamos a tener que levear gente, ya
As I
verás.
mentioned,
No me
all
esperaba
involved
esto,
will lose
entonces.
sight of what they were fighting for if they haven't already.
Agreed. 'Tis for the good of all if we bring it to a swift and decisive end.
And so we find ourselves contemplating war on 3 fronts.
Hyzant and Esfrost aren't expecting such drastic action from us. The element of surprise may deliver us victory.
As will the leader of each regiment involved in this gambit.
I shall lure the Hyzantian army to their doom here at Castle Wolfort.
Svarog knows who I am, and swore he would fight alongside me. I shall depart for Esfrost and hold him to his word.
Pray, let me be the one to journey to Hyzant. I would love nothing more than to expose their false idol for all to
Necesitamos a
see,
3
and lead
opcionales
my
más.
people to rebel
O
in
tengo
the
al
name
el
of
halcón,
freedom.
al mago.
Then I shall secure the help of Claris and the
Faltaría uno
Consortium
más.
in exchange for information about the salt crystals. He can secret you inside the capital and provide you with explosives enough to fell the goddess. Though we fight on distant fronts, we are bound together in spirit. We fight to the last for Norzelia!
¡For Norzelia!
¡For Norzelia!
Se vienen los combates finales, ¿eh? Esto va a ser durito. No sé esto cómo coño lo vamos a hacer. La verdad, va a ser un poquito duro. Va a ser un poquitito duro esto, ¿eh? Hostia, mira quién está aquí. Ah, se nos va a unir.
No, it can't be.
Se nos va a unir. Por fin tenemos a alguien más.
Flora? Of the Frosty army?
Former General. I come to you now as a citizen of Norzelia. Nothing more. I come to House Wolfort in search of sanctuary. I beg you, have the mercy to take me in.
Wait here.
General of Laura, we thought you missing.
Indeed, it was your actions that caused my brief disappearance, though I bear no grudge for how the battle ended. This time, however, I come to you with a humble request. I wish to join your ranks, if you'll have me.
Y que sí, necesito tus fuerzas,
I wish
tío.
to defect. To what end?
That we may bring this fraught and fractious chapter of Norzelia's history to a close. I would see those of Lady Cordelia's generation preside over an era of peace and tranquility. You've every right to doubt me when I say Lady Cordelia has touched me. But I swore to be her sword forevermore, not Frost's.
We have long been enemies. You've taken much from us in Frost's name. I know you to be many things, General of Laura, but a schemer and a liar are not among them. I trust that you speak true, and your talk of a swift end to this conflict appeals to me. We are of the same mind.
My lord.
Nevertheless, there remains bad blood between us. There may be some within our ranks who are less than pleased to see you.
I expect there will be. I understand their hurt, and have made my peace with it. I will suffer their slings and arrows gladly, if it means bringing peace to Norzelia.
I admire your conviction. In truth, we have already arrived at our decision. Your strength is a boon we can neither hope to replicate nor replace.
Vaya que sí.
I welcome you, General of Laura, to House Wolfort.
My sword is yours, Lord Serenor.
¡Let's go! ¿Qué nivel será? ¿Se nos va a unir alguien más? Despedaza la carne y tritura los huesos del enemigo con su brutal estilo de combate. Sobre todo en cuenta cuando sus superhéroes están bajos y disponen de ataques de muy alto poder, pero que también hacen que sufra daño. Ah.
Now, Serenoa, let us divide House Wolfort into 3 regiments.
I leave the allocation of forces in your capable hands.
Choose wisely. Once the plan is in motion, we won't have the luxury of adjusting our strategy.
Understood.
Hay que elegir. A ver, esto es duro, ¿eh? Uf. ¿Esto cómo coño lo hacemos, tío? ¿Cómo dividimos a la gente? ¡Hostia! Hostia, ¿qué hacemos, tío? Colega, no me hagas esto, que no los tengo leveados. No tengo leveado a nadie. Esto va a ser duro, ¿eh? Están al 13 o al 14 algunos. Pues me va a tocar levear, ¿eh? Igual. A ver, vamos a empezar con los healers. Vamos a empezar con los healers. Joder, ¿cómo hacemos esto? A ver. Que esto no me lo esperaba, ¿eh? No me lo vi venir. A ver, Serinoa con Benedict. Healers. Tenemos a uno. Esta puede estar detrás de él curándole. Joder. Vale, pues un healer. Un healer. Un DPS. A ver, el DPS tiene aquí. Vale. Segundo DPS tocho. Vale, estratega. 10 DPS. Yo creo que tú, yo creo que este que no tiene tantos healers debería ir este aquí. Vale, mago. Mago. Healer. Tiene al mago este. Tú eres daño. Arquero. Arquero. Y no es arquero, pero tienes movilidad. Esto nos deja con esto. ¿Qué hacemos con esto? A ver. ¿Quién necesita más DPS? Este. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 DPS. 1, 2, 3. A ver, te tenemos a ti, que tú le pegas mucho. ¿Y coleta qué era, tío? A ver, este equipo que no tiene DPS, lo ponemos aquí a pitoleta. Joder, colega. Esto es tocho de cojones, ¿eh? Esto es tocho, tío. Me cago en su puta madre. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y 8. 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 7. Muy poco, ¿no? ¿Había más personajes igual para conseguir? Seguramente, ¿no? Menos mal que conseguimos a esta cenada, si no... Yo lo dejaría así. Yo lo dejaría así, a ver qué pasa. Hostia, no me esperaba esto, tú. Que está guapo, pero hostia, que hay que levear un poco, ¿eh?
Hyzant raises their army on the presumption they can seize the Grand Norzelian mines for themselves. The Hierophant has ordered them to destroy House Wolford as well. We, however, will not yield. The salt crystals are ours, and we will defend them with our lives. Hyzant shall bend the knee at the tip of our blades. Their army may have the advantage of numbers, but even that will mean naught against our wildfire traps. The Hyzantian army blindly obeys the Hierophant. But the Hierophant has no power here. We choose our own path, and we have the courage of our convictions.
Se van a hacer 3 batallas
This
duras,
battle is but the first step on the path Lord Serenoa has laid before us. Let us take this first step together and rejoice. For Norzelia, now and forever.
Van a tener que hacer las 3 a la vez. Ataca al portón de las atalayas.
Twins Gate is sealed. Gustado hardens his defenses at the encampment within. We will approach the gate and request an audience. We may yet find common ground with Esfrost. The duchy wields the Death Snell, a weapon capable of reducing the goddess's shield surrounding Hyzant to rubble. We need that weapon if we are to break the Holy State's stranglehold on Salt and thus
Pues yo vendí todos los
Norzelia.
anillos, o sea que estamos en la mierda.
I know this may feel a betrayal to some of you. Esfrost invaded us. They are the enemy.
Va a ser duro de cojones
They
esto.
murdered my father and brother.
Yo no sé cómo.
And I will never
Yo
forget
lo veo
nor
negro,
forgive
Yo
them
no sé
for
si
it.
nos va a pasar el fuego. O sea, no
But
esperaba
I
esto.
believe if father were still here, he would see that I go to Esfrost for the right reasons. That I ask them for aid so that we may thrive. For above all, a king's duty is to his people. And I would sooner cast out the shadows of the past by building a brighter future than lament our lot in life. I ask for your aid in building that bright future. Let us walk the path set before us by Serenoa, and lead Norzelia into a new era of peace and prosperity unlike any we've known.
Lo veo negro. Lo veo jodidamente negro. O sea, esto no tiene sentido, No. Hostia, colega, pero ¿cómo hago esto, tío? Que no los tengo leveados.
To the plan. We shall slip into the capital of the Holy State, disguised as a band of merchants from the Norzelia Consortium. Lord Claris has taken on no small amount of risk in agreeing to help us gain entry. We are truly in your debt, Lord Claris.
I stand to gain more from a liberated Norzelia, where Hyzant no longer dictates the terms of trade and commerce. In short, spare no extra thoughts for me. This is as much a business consideration as it is helping those in need.
Estoy acojonado, Esto es tocho.
As he says, this is for the future of Norzelia. We now endeavor to destroy the goddess's likeness that serves as a pillar of their teachings. If the Rosellan legends are true, we will find that the statue concealed a massive pillar of salt that was stolen from my people. This salt pillar is incontrovertible proof that the teachings and the goddess around which they are built are lies. The faithful will be shaken to their core, and the Hierophant's power will wane. With luck, we may even show the Roselle they were without fault, inciting them to rise once more and cast off the yoke of their oppressors. This is nothing less than a battle to wrest control of Norzelia from the clutches of a capricious and vengeful goddess. Have you prepared the explosives, Lord Claris?
Prepared and loaded onto a cart, my lady. Enough to bring the goddess back to Earth, I should think.
Excellent. Then let us depart.
Igual me he pasado, porque este grupo tiene mucho daño, Este grupo tiene mucho daño.
You are a marvel, Lady Frederica.
Yo creo que el grupo que más me preocupa es el otro, el de Roland. Este tiene buen daño, este no me
better
preocupa
than you
tanto.
to challenge Hyzant's tyranny? Do you
Tiene
not
a
feel the
esta.
weight of destiny?
Tiene a Ana.
This is not destiny,
a-
Lord Claris. Nothing could be less certain
Aurora,
than the moment in
tienen
which we
a
find
Tanque, o
ourselves.
sea, no sé.
Serenoa and I have traveled a long, hard road together. It brought us here, but it does not end here. And so we walk on.
Now you seek to fell the goddess. You are possessed of an iron will, if you'll forgive the expression.
I shall take that as a compliment. Watch over us, Mother.
Ya nos van a poner Hostia, colega, esto se va a ir a la mierda. Va a estar curioso cómo voy a vencer esto, ¿eh? Voy a guardar en otra ranura, ¿eh? Por si acaso. Capítulo 18 será este o yo qué sé.
From across the border, the Byzantine army marches, its sights set on the Grand Norzelian mines. At its head is Exham Marshal of the Saintly Seven. Seizing control of the salt is not his sole objective. He has come to investigate disturbing rumors that Serenoa Wolffort has forsaken the blessing of the goddess. Knowing the answer to that question and the repercussions it will provoke, House Wolffort and its allies have carved out a strategy on which their survival will hinge. They will divide their forces into three, each acting in concert to outwit their adversary. Roland will lead a company to the Esfrosti border, where they will entreat Lord Svarog for his support and the use of his death's knell. Frederica will lead her own retinue to the source to reveal the lies of the goddess's teachings and rouse the Roselle to action as her mother did before her. Benedict will remain in the Wolffort domain, ready to risk all in an effort to stave off the Byzantine army. United by their faith in Serenoa's vision, each takes to their preparations with resolve, understanding fate's judgment is at hand.
Bueno, se viene más texto.
Minister Exham has arrived with the full might of Hyzant in tow. He requests a parley. How diplomatic of him, considering his forces already surround the castle. Doubtless he'll demand that we surrender the salt crystals, and that we bow our heads low to the Hierophant. We'll deny him, of course, and a battle will follow. We must make ready. The common folk have been led to shelter, and we have oil aplenty. All that is left is to steel our resolves. Although our forces are fewer, we have the advantage of terrain. Prudent use of our traps will turn the tide of battle in our favor.
A new future is before us. A bright future. But first, we must carve our way through to it.
Yo veo bien este grupo, no hay tanto daño. O sea, realmente hay dos personas que hacen daño. Los otros están más estabilizados, pero claro, aquí vamos a ejecutar las trampas, entonces yo qué sé, ¿sabes? Se viene ya lo tocho, ¿no? O sea... Es que ya por mucho que vayas al campamento, ya da igual, o sea... Igual teníamos que haber gastado la pasta antes de nada y toda pesca, no sé. Pues igual. Depende cómo está el tema. Ahora después de comer, cargo partida y compro todo, vendemos todo y tal, o pasamos y sudamos y vamos así tal cual. Porque tampoco creo que vayamos tan mal, no sé. Lo único que las unidades están muy sin levear. Pero bueno, que tampoco... No sé, no creo que... Ya entiendo por qué decían que era tan difícil la parte final del juego. Así que nada, guapos, espero que os haya gustado, que os haya apetecido. Voy a comer y ahora en media hora, una hora, seguimos. Así que hasta luego. Chao, chao.